Hello guys, it's Logic here again and welcome to my channel. So today we want to talk about login, sign up and profile page using PHP programming language. So we have this login here, so I can create an account here. I can go back to login here. So whenever I log in, I want to redirect the user to this place, to this page rather. So this page, so this is the current user, the active user. Warren Buffett is a web developer. Oh my god. So skills now, we have PHP, Java, VB.NET, JavaScript, MATLAB, COBOL, Fortran, HTML, CSS, C#, Python, F#, React.js. So I can come here to update all this information. So I can update this information right here. So we're just gonna start from designing this profile page. We're gonna start from designing this profile page because I already have this design. So the code, I'm just gonna put it in the description below, so you can get this from the link below in the description. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna open up the project folder. So this is gonna be available in the description below. So I'm gonna right click and say open with code. So I'm gonna go ahead. So I'm gonna create a new file, profile.html. Alright, so for this profile, so if I go back to my browser, now this profile is in two parts. Now the first part include the user's picture, name, title, then we have skills and this button. So I'm gonna create a HTML structure. I'm gonna say profile page. The name of this app, let's just say by crypto. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna say open with live server. Alright, so this is what we are doing now. So I'm gonna say container, then this is in two paths. So I'm gonna make this the sidebar, then I'm gonna say page for this one. So this is sidebar. We have the picture, we have the name, we have the let's say post or title, then we have skills. So I'm gonna say sidebar. I'm gonna create a div with the class name sidebar. I'm gonna create another one right here. I'm gonna say page. Alright, so now let's output this hello from sidebar, then hello from page. So we should say it on top of each other. Alright, let's proceed. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab another div. I'm gonna call this user. Then inside this I'm gonna grab another div. I'm gonna call it img, which is gonna be the image tag with class img. Alright, so the source is gonna be the user picture, but before that let me just proceed with this logo right here. I'm gonna say assets. So this logo, I'm gonna say user profile picture. Alright, so after that I think I have an h3. Just say h3, which is the username. I'm gonna say user name. Alright, then now let's close this right here. I want to start another one, skills, a div with a class name skills. So here we have the skill title, then we have skills. Let me just give this let me create a p tag for that, a p tag. Let me call it skills, to be title, class name of title. Let me grab this, let me call it skill. Then here I'm gonna list all the skills: PHP, Java, C#, C++, and so on. Alright, so what we have next is gonna be the button. So if I go back, after that we have the action button that takes me to edit profile page. So I'm gonna create a div for that. I'm gonna say action, then I'm gonna grab the sender tag, so this automatically pull everything to the middle. So I'm gonna say a tag. I'll leave that empty first. Or let us go to edit profile .html. So I'm gonna say edit profile. I'm gonna pass in class name of edit btn. Alright, so if I check my code now, as you can see, edit profile is in the middle of the page. But if I remove this, let's see what happens. So can you see that? So I'm gonna take this back. Alright, so okay, right now let's check what we still have here. Okay, everything is good here. So for the page, I want to have the logo, then I want to have this above and a couple of logarims on, contacts, and the information. So to the page, I want to say header. I just say header. So inside header, I want to have the logo right there. So sorry about that. img source, let's make it the logo. Let's say logo. So this is for the header. This is for the header. Then we want to have the page inner. I just say page inner. Page inner, yeah. So for the page inner, I want to grab the above. So I want to create another div for that. Let me call it about. Now let me say h3. Let me say h3 now. Let me say h3. So which will be the about title. I'm gonna have about. Now create a p tag, then lorem. So this is just going to be about. So this is just going to be about the user. So you can just put anything here. So I'm gonna go back and check that. All right. Okay. Now we wanna have contact. Another div still inside the page inner. Another div right after the about div. I want to call it contacts. Alright, so I want to pass in h3. I want to call this contacts. Now I want to have an a tag for the mail. Then I'm gonna say mail to. I'm gonna say mail to then whatever user at whatever.com. So I'm gonna say user at whatever.com. So this is how this works. If I click this, so it's gonna open up my mail to actually send mail to the user, but we don't want to do that now. So yeah, we're kind of through with that. So if I go back, I have this logout button here, but we're not gonna implement this now. Let's proceed with the styling. So here I'm gonna grab a new style sheet. I'm gonna call it profile.css. So for here, I want to quickly do some general styling, please. So I want to grab all elements. I want to say margin of 0. I want to say padding of 0. I want to say box sizing. I want to make it border box. Alright, so end of general styling. Alright, so I want to grab my container. So I want to grab my container. I want to make it display of flex. Of course, this design right here. So display of flex. So if I go back, okay. So let's hook in the style sheet. I want to grab link, then style sheets, so call it profile.css. So now we have them stacked horizontally. So go back there. So I want to set the height of this to 100 view height. Then I want to set the overflow to hidden. So I don't want the user to be scrolling up and down. I have my reason for that, because I'm going to implement that to the page right here. So in the sense that this is going to be fixed, static. So only this is going to be scrolling up and down. So I'm going to grab my container. Let's say sidebar. So for the sidebar, let's set the width to 300 pixel. Let's say 390. Let's go 390. So for the page, container page, let's set the width to 100%. So this is not going to take 100%. So whenever the sidebar is hidden, maybe on mobile, although we're not going to implement that just yet. So I'm just trying to create an instance for that. Okay, so for the sidebar, let me create a comment here. Let's say sidebar. Let's say end of sidebar. Alright, so I want to pass in background, an image from asset, the buy crypto BG. So the buy crypto BG. So if I go back there, now we have this. I'm thinking, okay, we can make it 400. Make it 400 instead. Alright. Okay. So I want to make it a display of flex. Display flex. Justify content. Center. Then align items. Center. Okay, so everything is going to come to the center, to the middle of the page. So I want to change the direction. As you can see, they are all in rows, so I want to make it column. So I'm just going to say flex direction and column. So it's just going to be like this. Alright, so let's cancel this first. No, let's cancel this. Alright, so everything is going to be at the top. So for the image now, so for the sidebar image, so I go back to my HTML code. Under the sidebar, we have the user, then we have image and the h3. So for the user, let's say container sidebar user. Okay, I'm gonna set the margin top. For the top, I'm gonna say 20 view height. I'm gonna set the bottom to 30 pixels. Then I'm gonna set the left and right to 0, 0. Sorry about that. Left, this is top, then left, then bottom, then right. Okay, so yeah, I think right there. Alright, we need to make this background to be a little bit dim, like it's too sharp here. So I'm gonna pass in another background properties. I'm gonna say background color. I'm gonna make that 1 2 1 2 1 2. That is very, very deep black. Okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'm gonna say background. Okay, that's the sidebar. So I'm gonna say background blend mode overlay. What am I missing here? Overlay. Okay, so let me make this to be a little bit transparent. So this is transparent now. So let's go back. Okay, this is kind of small. This is kind of small. So let's make our sidebar and make it 520. Oh my god, I'm just gonna go with this. So we have our image right here, then the user. Alright, so this font right here, I'm gonna go ahead to Google Fonts. I'm gonna grab a font name Roboto. So Roboto, let's go fonts.google.com. Yes, of course, you can just proceed with the normal fonts, but I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna search Roboto. So this is Roboto. I'm gonna go ahead with the 400 regular. 400. Okay, this is the 400. So I'm gonna select that. Alright, so you can implement this in two ways. You can link this to your HTML file, just like normal CSS, but I'm gonna do the import. So I'm gonna copy it from here. So I'm gonna go to my CSS file. I'm gonna paste that. Alright, so if I say something like font family for all the items, say Roboto, then the fallback sans serif. Of course, there's a little bit changes now. Alright, so the username, I'm gonna grab our color here. Let me put that here, put it right here. Okay, so let me go back. So the username, have our buffett. Is user. Let me say user. Let me say container, then sidebar, then user, then h3. Let me say color should be white. Okay, let's go X. Let me say color should be FFF. That is white. Let me say font weight, bold. Let me say font size, 24 pixels. Alright, we're making sense. We're making sense. So if I do text align center, so only this is gonna come to the center, but I also want this where is my title, this right here, developer. So of course I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna pass a p tag. I'm gonna say web developer. Alright, so okay, we have it. So I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna change this to P. So I'm gonna change the color to this color right here. So we're just gonna go to, one basics CF. I'm gonna remove the bold. I'm gonna make this 14 pixels. I'm gonna make it text align center. Okay, so we have that. Let's increase that a bit. So I'm gonna set the margin of this, of course, margin top. Let's go 10 pixels. Alright, so we have web developer, we have username, then scale. So let's grab container, let's grab sidebar, let's grab skills, which is the div tag for the skills and the title. So we have this, let's say text align center, that's all. Or probably let's take the title. So I'm gonna copy the same style in here, paste it right here. So we have this. Okay, making sense. We're making sense. So we have this. So for the better still, let's improve this 18. Then I'm just gonna copy the style for this one. I'm gonna paste it right here. I'm gonna change this to scale. The color should be white, FFFF. The font size should be 16. Then text alignment, of course. I'm gonna remove this. Okay, perfect. So for this button right here, I'm gonna grab my container again, my server, my action. I'm gonna make a margin top. Let's go 15. Let's make it 20. Let's make that 20 pixels. Then container sidebar action. Then the head tag, I'm gonna set the text decoration to none. I'm gonna set the background color to 21 basics save, 21 basics save. Alright, I'm gonna set the padding. For that, I'm gonna set top and the right. I'm gonna set 10 pixels. Then here I'm gonna set 30 pixels for the left and the right. So if I go back, alright, so we have something good here. Right is 20 pixels not working for that. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, let me go back here. Alright, so enough of play, I guess. So from here I want to pass box shadow of 0 pixel here, 0 pixel here, then 3 pixels, 6 pixels. I think that is white, so white right there. Oh my god, this is bad. I'm not good at guessing, so I'm gonna pass through there. All right, let's go with that. I'm gonna set the color to FFF. I'm gonna set the border radius to 15 pixels. Let's see, let's go 10. Yeah, let's go 10. All right. Okay, I think our button is too big, so let's make this 8 pixel instead of the 10 pixel for the top and the bottom. Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna style this a bit. So for the page, I want to pass the background color of F8, F9, F8. If you're familiar with Bootstrap, this is BG lights, F8, F9, F8. So for the BG light, so for the background light. So without that, okay. So for container page, then we have the header. So I'm gonna set the height. Let's go 70 pixels. So for the height, so I'm gonna set the container page, then header, then the img inside the header tag, which is our logo. I'm gonna set the height to 100%. Okay, so we have this right here, so I'm gonna move it to this other side. So for this header, I'm gonna say display flex, then justify contents, flex end. So it's gonna pull everything to the right. That's it. So but this is way too close to this place. Let's check this. Okay, so let's set padding right and make it 20. Okay, that's a bit good. And set padding top to 15 pixels. Just make it that way. It is not looking good. Let me make this margin because my image is small, so I'm gonna save this, go back. Okay, so we have that. So let's continue to container page, then about and contacts, container page, contacts. Let's set the width to, let's go 95%, but the max width should be 600 pixels. Okay, somewhere there. But this page right here, I'm gonna pass. Let's grab this. Let's remove this from here. Let's put it here. Let's say padding. So from top and bottom, that should be 0. Then left and right should be 20 pixels. Alright, so we have our contents right here. So something similar. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab only the about. Come down here. Come down here. So we're just gonna say margin top 30 pixels. Let it come down. Margin top 30 pixels. Just gonna grab that again. Let's make it fast. So the H3. I think that is perfect. Let's just set the color to 1212. Yeah. Okay, so container page about, then p, let's set color to 545454. Then I'm gonna grab this container, the h3. So instead of doing it this way, let's copy this and come right here, paste it here. All right, so here I'm gonna say p tag, so which is for this is actually an a tag. This is an a tag, and we're gonna have another one. This is tail, class of tail. It doesn't do anything, so I'm gonna say plus blah blah blah. So I'm gonna come here, say a tag color to 1 basic cf. Then we're gonna say text decoration should be none. Alright, so we have this. So what I want to do here is I want to break this. I'm not gonna pass the break tag. Alright, so alright, we're almost there, so let us style this a bit. So let's create some spacing here and some spacing here. So for the about and the contacts, I'm gonna pass in margin top. So margin top. Okay, this is it right here. I'm gonna pass margin top 30 pixels. Alright, so for the h3, I'm gonna say margin bottom, say 20 pixels. Okay, then for the p, I'm gonna say line height. Oh my god, let's go to holy shit, let's go 30. Alright, let's make it 25. Okay, so this again, just say let's create some spacing here. Let's say 12 pixels. That is quite small. Am I copying the wrong one? This is it. Okay, we don't want to waste too much time on this, so I'm gonna grab this again, paste and paste. That is a bit too much. Oh my god. Okay, let's go that way. So we have this and we have this, we have this and we have this, we have this and we have this. Okay, so let's increase my page padding. Where is my page? Okay, I've seen that. Let's make it 30. Let's go 30. Alright guys, so let's implement this button right here. So I'm just gonna say let's come here. Let's say Dave. Let's call this I'm gonna call this log out. I'm gonna call that logout. I'm gonna grab an a tag. Let's just say logout. .html. So for the a tag, I want to pass in this logout button. So logout.html, and inside this place I'm gonna make it an image, then assets, and switch the png. I'm gonna make it logout icon. So if I go back, yeah, I should be seeing it right there. So let's give it a style. This is end of page, and logout. So let's grab logout. Let's pass the height of 45 pixels. Oh my god, 45 pixels. Let's say logout, then img, make a height of 100%. Okay, now let's make this position of absolute. Then I'm gonna say bottom. I'm gonna say 20. I'm gonna say 0. I'm gonna go right, then 0. I'm gonna set the margin right to 20 pixels. Then I'm gonna set margin bottom 20 pixels. So we should have it right here. Okay, so I want this to rotate a bit whenever I hover on it. So I'm just gonna go over. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna paste it right here. I'm gonna say on over. Oh my god, on over. So I want to transform this. So I want to rotate to 70 degree. Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay. Is 70 okay? And make it, let's make it 75. Alright, but I want to slow it down. So I'm gonna pass transition. So it's kind of animation. I'm gonna say 1 second. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna turn this down whenever I click it. So now we're done with this, but we need my man here, Wampp buffer. So I'm just gonna say Wampp buffer. Go to image. But where are you? Okay, let's scrap this. I don't know. So I'm just gonna save this. Profile to my project folder, asset, profile. Okay, so we have it right here. So instead of using the logo, I'm gonna say /profile. Okay, so we should have it right there. Oh my god, we didn't start this. You guys didn't remind me. We didn't start this. So let's go ahead and do that quickly. We're running out of time. So we should come after the user right here. We should come after the user. Let's say container. Let's go sidebar. Let's go user. Let's go img. Let's set the height to I don't know. Let's go 150 pixels. Let's set the width to 150 pixels also. Let's go border radius. Let's go 1000 pixels. Is that 1000? Okay, so we have it right here. So we're gonna set one more property, object fits. Let's go cover. Okay, perfect, guys. So yeah, I think we're good. So if I click this, I shall go to edit profile the PHP. So under profile, I'm gonna control and click. So this is gonna automatically create edit profile.html for me. So I'm gonna grab all the code right here. I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna create a new CSS file. Edit profile. Sorry about that. The CSS. I'm gonna change the CSS here to edit profile the CSS. So I'm gonna grab the sidebar and the general from here. This is kind of a waste of time, but I just do it. To page, yes, to page right here, page header. That's page header. And paste that. So let's go back. I'm gonna say edit profile. That's HTML. Oh my god, my logout. Let's come here. Where is the logout? Grab the logout. Okay, paste it right here. Call it logout. Paste it right here. End of logout. Okay, so we have the boy right there. So we want to change whatever we have here. We want to change it. Edit profile. Oh my god. Okay, so we have edit profile. So we're just gonna do this real quick so we can move to PHP. So edit profile. So I'm gonna change this button right here, this button right here. I'm gonna change it to profile. Of course, I'm on edit profile, so this should take us back to profile. So profile, this is edit profile. So this is our page inner. Okay, so I'm gonna grab form. Oh my god, this should be form. So set the action to that. Just make it empty. So we want to have the form group inputs. Let's see that again. We have label and inputs. Label, this will be for title, which is the title. Let's make it title. Inputs, let's make it ID of title. Let's make it name title. So let's copy and paste this. Let's change this to skill email tab. Skills, the title. Okay, the title. So skill. Okay, next. So this will be email. This is email. This is email. Make this email. Also make this email. So make this telephone. Just make this text. Sorry about that. Make this telephone. Make this. Let's make it text. Make it telephone. Make it telephone. Okay. So after that, about. So text area. So let's say above, id above. Let's leave this, but we're gonna override that. That should be inside a form group. Let's go about. Okay, so alright, we have a form here. We're gonna give this a title of h3. Let's say edit profile. Okay, so let's go to our styling. Let's say form. Let's say form. Width of 100%. Let's go from group. Let's say display reflex, justify content, sender, align item sender. What am I doing? Let's make this. Let's say flex direction column. Okay, perfect. So we didn't forget, we want to make this width, oh my god, width of 95 pixels, buff. This is width. 95 pixel, 95% rather. So we want to make this max width of 600 pixels. Okay. So make this a margin top 20 pixels. Okay, then we want to give this margin 10 pixels. Okay, then we want to save from group, then import. Let's set the height to 45 pixels. Oh my god, that's too much. I want to make it 40. Okay. Alright, so we forgot to do something. So for this page inner, where are we? Page. Okay, so this page, inner, I'm gonna grab that. So I'm just gonna say okay, this is what I'm trying to do here. So let's say we are here, okay, and we are on mobile. So let's grab something like MotoGP. Okay, so as you can see, our email is not here again. So I want to be able to scroll this up like this. I want to be able to scroll that up. So from here, we set our header, our page header. We set our page header to 70 pixels. So the page inner, we didn't declare the style for that. Page inner, which is the inner, which is the page. So I'm gonna set the height to calc. gonna calculate 100 VOH minus 70 pixels. So that is 70 pixels minus 100 VOH, 74 pixels. Let's go down. So I'm gonna set the overflow to scroll, but overflow of white only. Okay, as you can see, I can scroll now. My email is not coming. Let's take back to 70. Oh my god, my email is not coming. My phone number is not coming. Why are you doing that? Okay, I think I have that now. Perfect. Let's go there. Let's go that. Okay, so I want to do the same thing to the edit page. You know, it is possible for the form. So edit page. So I'm just gonna grab this page inner. I'm gonna paste it somewhere here. Page inner. Then I'm gonna, okay, yeah, I think we have that already. So if I go to edit page, okay, I can scroll now, as you can see. Okay, so we're gonna grab center, then button. This will be used to submit the form. Type of submit, so the text is gonna be updates. Are we good? No, we're not. So I'm just gonna pass the button to that. I'm gonna pass class name of btn. Just make it btn. I'm gonna come to edit, say btn. Then I'm gonna grab the styling for a button here. I think we'll have a button here. Okay, it's actually an A tag. So action. Okay, this is it. So I just search for action. So I have it right here. I'm gonna copy this and paste it right here. Alright, so let's go borderless. Border 0. Okay, that one. Let's go cursor pointer. Alright, very good. Yeah. Alright guys, so we're done here. So we're gonna implement the PHP. So we're gonna implement the PHP. Everything is working. I can go back now. Alright. So to implement PHP, I'm gonna grab my Xampp. Let me go Xampp, let me go Xampp control. So this is gonna fire up my Xampp. So if you don't have Xampp installed on your system, you can go Apache friends.org, or if you're on Mac, you can download Mamp download. So you can download Mamp from mamp.info. Alright, so we're gonna fire up with let's wait for that, but while we're waiting, let's set up our projects folder. So I'm gonna go to my C drive. I'm gonna go Xampp. So I'm using Xampp. I'm gonna go htdocs. Then from here I'm gonna copy my folder buy crypto. Let's say reveal in File Explorer. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Okay, so let's wait for that. I know what's on my machine. So I'm gonna go back, then I'm gonna copy my folder. So this is this project folder. I'm gonna paste it inside htdocs. Why am I doing this? Oh my god. Okay, so it's being used. So let's just close this. Let's try again. Perfect. Now let's open it from here. So the reason why we have to do that is we need a virtual server to work with PHP on our machine. So since we are going to be writing PHP code, yeah, how are you? Oh my god, what's wrong with my machine? Oh my god, I need to take care of this. So I'm just going to start the server from here. So can you see it's fire up? Can you see that? So I'm going to start MySql. Okay, so if I want to test if that is actually working, I can navigate to, oh my god, can navigate to localhost, then I'm gonna hit enter. Alright, welcome to Xampp. So I'm just gonna change this index. I'm gonna change that to index.php. Then I'm gonna change this also to index.php. I'm gonna change all the files to index.php. Okay, perfect. Alright, so I can go to my localhost by crypto. Okay, login page. So we're good. So now let's fire up Notepad. So first of all, we're gonna set up database, that is MySql. So after that, we're gonna come back to our code. We're gonna implement the login system. Of course, we're gonna create a demo, a user, that is demo, so to test the login. Then after that, we're gonna create the sign up system. So after that, we're gonna update profile. Alright guys, let's go. So setting up database, I'm gonna go localhost php myadmin. Am I right? Okay, I'm right. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new database. I'm gonna call that YouTube. I'm gonna create. So inside YouTube, I wanna have a table users. So users. So let's go with that. So we're gonna have ID. I'm gonna have username. I have password. I'm gonna have confirm password. So just say C password. So for now, this is good for login. Or let's check our sign up page. So let's sign up. .php. Don't give me that. are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Okay, not this again. Signup.php. Okay, so we need the last name, the first name, email, password, and confirm password. So this is actually gonna be full name. Let's go last name. Let's call it L name, which is last name. Let's call this F name. Let's call this email. So let's create 3 more columns. So let's call this password. Let's call this password. So let's make it variable char. Okay. So let's make this 255 because we're gonna hash the password later in the course. So email, let's make it 255. So last name, let's make it 100. So now let's make the ID to be auto increment, which will be our primary key. So we're good here. Just go save. Okay guys, so we are here. So I'm gonna go to SQL. I'm gonna go to insert. So I wanna insert a user. From here I'm gonna set the ID to null since it's gonna be auto increment. Okay, so for the last name I wanna say demo. For the first name I wanna say demo. For the email I wanna go demo@gmail.com. So for the password I wanna say demo652. So for the confirm password, for the C password, I wanna go demo652 again. So I'm gonna save that. Alright, so we have the user. We have the user right here. So let's go back to login. Oh, we need to change that in our code. Okay, so this is login. Now the next we're gonna do here is to create database connection, but you can do that along the way. So for the login system, I'm gonna come to my index.php. So if I submit this form, so I'm gonna come up right here. I'm gonna open up my PHP. So now I can write PHP tag. If I say echo hello world, so if I end that, if I refresh my page, I'm gonna have hello world. So now let's create a new file for the connection. Let's say con.php. What happens? I don't know. So let me just duplicate this. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay. So now let's grab the connection. Let's say SQL. So this is to declare variable in PHP. SQL. Let me open up PHP. So SQL. So now I'm gonna grab my SQLi underscore query. Now I will have my server. Let's say server. So the username to the server, then the password to the server, and the database. Let's call that DB. So now let's declare all this. So if I say server equals localhost username, so since we are on virtual machine, is root. So root. If I say password equals empty, so if I say db equals YouTube, okay, what happened to that? Found strange. Oh my god, this is supposed to be underscore connect. Okay, so let's say if not SQL, that is if this is not connect to the database, should echo connection error, then die. Okay, so let's refresh the page. Okay, we haven't imported that. Let's include it right here. Let me say include, what is the file name? con.php. Okay, so if I refresh, okay, no error message, so that means we're good. Let's say else echo hello world, we're online. If I refresh, so we have hello world, we're online. So I'm going to delete this too, so we're good. So now we can use this variable in our code here. So now I want to grab if this form is being submitted, so I'm going to pass type here submit, then I'm going to pass name login. So now I'm going to say if it's set, so I want to check if this form is being submitted, login. Now I can use all these variables here, all this I can use them here in my PHP, or I have to pass name of email, then I have to pass name of password. Okay, so if I say variable email equals posts email, then variable password equals posts, oh my god, posts password. So now to validate this, I'm gonna have message, I'm gonna set that to empty, so I'm gonna output that here. I'm gonna output that here. I'm gonna open the PHP, I'm gonna say message, I'm gonna close that, but I have to put echo so it get print out. So if I come back here, if I say hello, so if I refresh, I'm gonna see hello, that is the message. So we want to make it empty for now. So I want to validate the form, validate form. I'm gonna say if email, let's make this quick, equals to empty, that's equals to empty string, or the password equals to empty, then we're just gonna say message equals, I'm gonna have HTML tag here, I'm gonna say color and style, color of red, say invalid credentials, login credentials rather, invalid login credentials. So I'm gonna grab this. Okay, I'm gonna make this to go to the sender. I'm gonna say text align sender. Alright, so after that I'm just gonna say return. So it's not gonna run whatever we are having here. Okay, now let's check if the user actually exists. Check if user exists in the database. So I want to have a query, call it check user, you can call this anything, equals to, so I'm going to say select or from, so our database name is YouTube. So we have the database name right here, the table name users, where email equals our email here, so I want to say check user results, so should be MySql underscore query, then this SQL, this our database connection from here, that is the connection. I'm gonna pass the SQL, I'm gonna pass it to the query check user query. So now I'm gonna say count user equals MySql underscore number of rows of our results of this our results, which is the results. Let's make this simple. Let's just call it this results. Sorry about that. Results. Okay. So let's say it is greater than 0. So that means if there's no user, it's not gonna be greater than 0. It's gonna be 0. So we're gonna say if not count user, that is if not greater than 0. If it's not greater than 0, we're gonna grab this, paste it right here. So I'm gonna say the same thing, invalid login credentials or all. Email does not exist, something like that. So after that, so if the user does exist, we want to grab all the users credentials, including the password. So we want to test the password against the input password. So if the user does exist, now I want to do this. So if the count user does true, if it's true that this is greater than 0, we're gonna say what rows equals MySQLi underscore fetch assoc array of this result right here, or our results. So this is gonna fetch each row, although we have one row. So that is just the convention. So I'm gonna say, now I'm gonna set the user password. I'm gonna set that to pass. I'm gonna say row password. Now, so now I'm gonna check if the password, the login password, if the login password is equals to pass, to pass. So if this is true, now that means the credentials, the email and the password is correct. So we're going to log in the user. So let's say log the user in right now. Okay guys, so else we want to say something like hey, invalid login credentials. So here I can say invalid user, invalid email address, something like that. Here I can say invalid parameters. So now invalid login credentials, that is if the username does correct but the password is not correct. So if everything is correct, we want to log in the user. If else, we want to say invalid login credentials. So I'm gonna come back here, I'm gonna refresh, I'm gonna set the email to hellouhi@gmail.com. I want to set the password to blah blah blah. Let's go. Something happened. Okay. I saw that coming. So here we want to set a method to post. So I'm gonna refresh that. I'm gonna refresh this. So let's go hello UI, password, publish. What is happening here? Okay, let's do it this way. Let's say once I submit the form, let's put return here. Let's just echo out the email, and let's echo out the password. So gmail.com. Okay, so I've seen where the problem is. So I'm gonna remove this. So we're not gonna use this. We're just gonna we are just gonna redirect this. Let's say the header and location. Let's say that to itself, but message will be, so what will be our message here? Invalid parameters. Message will be invalid parameters. Okay, so we're not gonna do it like this again. What am I doing? This is location, capital letter. This is location. Okay, so I think this is perfect. So the message now is invalid login parameters. So that is if both are empty. Let's submit that. Having that. Okay, let's set action to index.php. So I'm gonna say header, then location, I'm gonna set that to this, the home page, which is the login page. So I'm gonna say header, location. So I'm gonna say header, location, which is this page. So I'm gonna remove all this. So because this is not gonna run anyway, if this is not true, this is not gonna run. So I'm gonna remove this return. Okay, so let's test that again. Let's make sure we are loading this here and method posts, so the action will be set to index the PHP. Okay, so now let's come here, gmail.com. let's pass this, let's click, so invalid email address. So if I say demo@gmail.com, let's pass rubbish password, let's print it, so invalid login details. So you see, so what I'm gonna do now is, so if the user, so if the details, if everything is correct, so let's just do this. Let's say required, let's set this required, let's make this password. Okay, so if all this is correct, now I want to navigate the user to header, location, to profile.php. But before we do that, we want to create a session underscore starts. Okay, they want to set the session session. So this is just to know if a user is actually logging. So session user equals the email, the user email. Okay, then can now redirect this to the profile page. So let me refresh, let me hit refresh. So if I say demo@gmail.com, I say demo 652. Okay, now we are here. So when I logged in, so if I want to confirm if the user is actually logged in, you can say open my PHP, then I can say session underscore starts. Can say session underscore starts, then I can say echo session email. So I want to get the email of the active user. If I hit refresh, so email, blah blah blah. What is this? On line 4. So let's go back to the login page. Oh, user, session user. Okay, so this is it. So but I want to check if a user is actually logged in. So let's say active, let's take it like this. Let's say if not is set, so So that means if this is not set, if a user is not logged in, if this is not set, and let's go up, session user is equals to empty. So that means if a user is not logged in, then we want to change the header. We want to redirect the page to location to the home page, back to the home page. Okay. Or else, if a user is logged in, we want to set user equals the active user. So if I refresh, everything is good. Okay, so what I'm just gonna do here, is so I'm gonna come right here. So I'm gonna come right here. I want to output the user's full name right here. So first of all, let's include the connection file. Okay, so now let's go here. Let's say from here, so let's open our PHP right here. So let's close it. So now let's grab a query. So we want to loop through in our database. We want to get the user, all the user's information using the email. So select. So we're just going to do basically the same thing. So I'm going to come here. I'm just going to grab all these. I'm going to paste that. So select all users, select all from users where the email equals to the user. So we're using user here, equals to user. So if the user is not valid, we just want to echo out. Just want to echo out. Let's say scripts alert invalid user, or let's say something like please login first. Okay, let's close the script right here. So that is one thing about PHP. You can easily hook in your JavaScript code. Then after that, I want to echo out. Let me just copy this. So I want to use the JavaScript to redirect the page. So window.location.assign. So I'm going to assign the home page to this. Okay. So if you want to test this, let's just copy this. Let's put it inside else. Let's say something like you are logged in, but still have to throw you away. Oh my god. Okay guys, so if I hit enter, you are logged in, but we still have to throw you away. So it's going to take it back to the home page. Oh my god, what did I do? Let's make it that way. Let's say profile, let's say buy crypto. Go profile. Okay, you are logging, but we still have to throw you away. This is not going to be. Let's make it index.php. I think that is the problem. Buy crypto. crypto/php. Now I don't understand again. Like crypto. Oh my god, see me. So we're just gonna put this right here. Just gonna put it right here. So buy crypto profile. So you are logged in, but we just have to pull you out. So this is it. So let's go back to the page. So we are logged in. So the user is logged in. So we want to grab, so say what, let's I like it this way. I'm gonna say if count user. So I'm gonna grab this and say while row equals to my SQLi underscore fetch assoc array of the results. This is associative array of the results. So now we want to grab all this and take it back and take it down to the end of the container, this container, the end of this container. Okay, that's right here. Okay, let's open PHP here, but let's close the one here. Okay, all cool. So we only see this contents. Let me go back to profile. So we only see this page. Only see this page, this content, all this, if the user is actually logged in. So this curly brace is for the while loop, while this is for the if. Alright, we're good. So now here we wanna output. I'm gonna grab my PHP, I'm gonna close it, don't forget that. I'm gonna say echo. You have to echo. Okay, look what happened if I didn't pull echo. I'm just gonna say row first name, which is our f name. So if I go back, if I refresh, nothing happened, simply because I didn't echo this, I didn't print this to the screen. So if I echo that, we have demo. Wow. So I'm just gonna join that. I'm just gonna concatenate. In PHP we use dot to concatenate. I'm gonna say row name. So I'm gonna refresh that. We have demo. But before that, I want to put space in between. So space demo. All right. So for the title, what do we have here? Okay, we don't have that yet. So now we need the title and we need skills, and we have the email. So let's just take that here. So we need skills, we need the title, then we need telephone. So the image, we're not gonna do that here in this tutorial. We're gonna do that in the second version of this tutorial. So we're gonna show us how we can upload files to the server. So what we're just gonna do now is we're gonna expand our database structure. So we're gonna put everything now, which will include skills, title, and telephone, right before the parser, that is after email, right here. So I'm gonna make this 3. Continue. Okay, so we wanna have skills, title, and telephone. We're gonna grab title, grab skills, and telephone. So for the telephone, I want to make it variable character for the skills, I want to make this text simply because it's going to contain special characters like hash, like comma, like apostrophe, and all that. So I'm just going to make it text. So the title will be small, that's 100. So I don't need to put any length here. So for the phone number, I'm gonna go 100. So for this user, I'm just gonna make this the title. I'm just gonna say day trader. That is the title. We're gonna set the skill to Bitcoin. I'm gonna say Ripple. I'm gonna say Dogecoin. I'm gonna say Bits, Torrents. I'm gonna say Tron. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put something like what else can we put? Give me a clip. I'm gonna put Litecoin. So let's go Ethereum. I think it's like this. Okay, so that's okay. So let's go telephone. So telephone, we're gonna make this like this. Okay, so let's go back to our page. Now we have all the information. So now I'm gonna grab my PHP. I'm gonna say echo. I'm gonna say row. Close that. I'm gonna pass in title because I want to output title here. So that is day trader. So for the scale, I want to grab all this. Then I want to drop my PHP here. I'll say echo. What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna drop the scales. Okay, refresh that. So we have this. So this is one mistake that we need to correct. So we need to make this like 80% of the sidebar. So that is skills. Let me go for skills. So let's say width 80%. So now let's make it come to the center, margin 0 auto. Okay, so perfect. Now we have all this. So about, we didn't actually include this. So let's go to the structure. Let's say hard right after telephone. I'm just gonna say about. So this also is gonna be text. Save. So from my profile, I'm gonna scroll down right down. I'm gonna grab all this. I'm gonna say PHP echo go. About. So yeah, I'm gonna drop my PHP here. I'm gonna say echo row. So I'm gonna drop the email here. Then at the same time I'm gonna drop the email right here. Echo row. Drop the email here, and I'm gonna drop the telephone. So we're gonna drop the telephone here. Go telephone. Okay, so I'm gonna go. So I've copied this. So right to my structure, to my about. I'm gonna paste it. Okay. So if I refresh the page, so we still have the same results. So but all this, they are coming right from our database. Alright, so now let's go to edit profile. So for the edit profile, I'm gonna make this, where is it, the PHP. So inside my edit profile, I'm gonna quickly grab my PHP. I'm gonna include the connection file. Then quickly I'm gonna get all users details, but we don't want to do it here. We want to do it right before the container, just like we did here. So I'm just gonna copy all the code right here. So right from the closing tag, the opening tag of the PHP to the closing tag of the PHP here. So I'm gonna drop that here. So I've dropped that here. So I'm gonna go to the end of this container. I'm gonna drop PHP here. I'm gonna close the while loop. Then I'm gonna close the if statement. Okay. So we're just gonna do the same thing we did over there. So for the sidebar, I can just come right here, copy everything in the sidebar, and just replace it with this one. Place them. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so for the edit profile, I'm gonna set the value of this to the title coming from our database. Echo title. So if I go to edit profile, please log in first. What happened there? Please log in first. What happened? Oh my god, so we didn't actually start the session here. So this is what happened if you didn't start your session. So I'm gonna copy my session right here. I'm gonna paste it here. So let's delete this comment. So I've copied the session and paste it here. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we have the day trader right here. So I'm gonna set skills, email, telephone, and about. Okay, so we have skills. Okay, I don't want to copy that. Let's quickly rush and do that. So I'm gonna copy the value here. So inside skills, I paste that, change it to skills. Inside here, I paste that, change it to email, and here I drop that, change it to telephone, and here I drop that, change it to about. Okay, so if I refresh, so we have everything we're looking for. What happened to this? Okay, this is because, oh no, not that. We're not gonna have value here. You can just drop it because it is text area, so you have to drop it here like this right there. So refresh. Alright guys, so the next thing we're gonna do now is to actually update all this, to change something and you update. So we did something over there. Okay, can do that yourself. So for this day trader now, we're gonna change it to something else. We're gonna change it to something else, change this and this and this. So we're gonna click update to update that. So let's name this form. Let's set the action to itself. Let's set the method to posts. So now let's give this button a name. So we're gonna name this updates profile. Then we're gonna set a type to submit. So we want to check if this button is actually clicked, that is, if the form is being submitted to the server. So if it sets post this is the name of the button, post update user. So we want to get all the user inputs. So that is the skills. I just name it here. So that is the name of all the input boxes: skills, title, email, telephone, and about. So let's go. Let's say skills equals, let's pass. Let's say telephone equals, let's pass. Let's say email equals, let's pass. Let's say about equals, pass. So what else do we have there? We have title equals, okay. So skill is gonna be post skills, it's gonna be post telephone, it's gonna be post email, it's gonna be post about, this is gonna be post title. Okay, so we want to update the database where the email is equals to this email. So we want to update the user's profile where the email equals to the logged in user's email. Okay, so I don't want to do that with and, so I'm going to go to SQL. So I'm going to click update. So I'm just going to copy this code right here. I'm going to go back to my code. I'm going to create a variable query equals, so if I press Alt Z, that is Alt plus Z, so it's just gonna wrap all this. So it's gonna wrap it. So now update users, set the ID. I don't want to update the ID. So I don't want to update the last name and the full name. What is this? So set the email. Should we update the email? Of course, let's do that. So set the email to email. Set the title to title, and set the skills. Let's set the skill to skills, and telephone to telephone. Then we want to set the about to about. We don't want to update the password, not here. We don't want to update the password. So that is done. So where we want to say where, oh my god, where email equals email. So where the email is equals to email, do this. It's gonna update the database. So we want to say results equals MySQL underscore query of the SQL. We have imported that from here and test that against our query. So if this is successful, that is if result, if this is successful, they want to say echo, echo out. Let's say script again. Script alerts, record updated successfully. So record updated successfully. Then we want to grab the script again. We want to say window the location dot assign. So this is gonna redirect the location, or let's use the reload. So it's gonna reload, or let us say assign. Let's say assign edits. Let's say assign. Just go to profile. Let's go to profile.php. I think that's a good place to go. So else if something happened, I just want to say something went wrong. Something went wrong. I just want to say this. So I want to redirect the user back to the index page. That's your cup of tea. So if I change this day trader to day trader now and click updates, so record updated successfully. So from here we now have day trader now. So if I go back to edits, so you can see that we have this data here. So if I go back to my users table here, we have day traders now. So let's do something funny. So let's say demo, new demo. Okay, so let's say the magic. So record updated successfully, but now we have, is this the email? So refresh. Okay, this is the user's email that is logged in. Okay, so we have updated the record. Now let's log out and let's log in. So we are going to say logout.php. So to log out, we're going to start the session. We're going to grab our PHP. So we're going to start the session on the, so remember, you have to start the section in order to use any section variables. So this section is just used to notify the browser that a user is currently logged in. Something is currently going on this server. So I'm gonna say session underscore destroy. So I'm gonna destroy, get out, destroy the session. So after that, I'm not a destroyer, so I'm gonna unset the session, and that I'm gonna say session is a user equals to empty. I think we use user, so set that to empty, then destroy the session and just say something like echo. So I'm gonna echo out script tag. Where is my script tag? I'm gonna name this to this too. Let's get rid of this. I'm gonna echo something like please come back soon. Then I'm gonna redirect them to the login page. So that is the logout page. So if I from here, let's look for the logout button. Let's look for the logout button. Logouts. Okay, so here let's say logout.php. So from profile, let's look for the logouts. Let's say logouts.php. So if I refresh and click that, I'm gonna say please come back soon. Oh right, okay, so we have this. So if I go back to profile, let's see what happens. So we have this internal server error. What happened? Crypto / what happened? I'm not supposed to be getting this. I think it's because I use JavaScript for the redirection. So I can just say something like, okay, let me say this. Let me output please come back soon. 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 Okay, let's just leave it there. I'll do something funny. So after that, let me output. Okay, I don't want to output. So let me say a tag. So let's close the PHP. So this a tag is gonna take us back to. So let's take for instance to profile page. Let's say go back. Just something like go back. Okay, so if I go back, why is this showing this? Okay, so let's do it this way. So if I log in again, okay guys, so I kind of noticed some white spaces here. So this was actually the problem. So you want to make sure there's no white space in here. So if I go back to demo, if I say demo 652, so if I log out, so please come back soon and go back home. So that's it guys. So now let's work on the create account. So this is invalid, so I'm going to set this to PHP, but let's go to the login. Where is login? Okay, this is it. Now let's set for sign up. Let's make it .php. Now on sign up, let's make the login this index.php. Okay, so now guys, so you want to grab last name, first name, email, password, and confirm password. So I'm just gonna name this name equals to sign up, and the type equals to submit. So I want to open up my PHP here. So I want to include con.php, which is our connection file. So where is my index? This is index. So we want to kind of, okay, let's just go ahead. Let's say so if it sets post sign up, now I want to say last name equals post last name. I'm not sure we have named those things. See, name, last name, name, first name, name, email. Make this email. So name, password, name, C password, Okay, so we're gonna say first name equals first name. We're gonna say email equals post email. So we're gonna say after that we're gonna say password. Okay, that is 5. We're gonna say password equals post password. I'm gonna say confirm password equals to confirm password. So you can just do normal validation. So if last name equals empty, or first name equals empty, or the email equals empty, or password equals empty. Oh my god, sorry about that. Or the say password equals empty. I forgot something here. Okay, so what should happen? We want to have a message here. Our message equals empty for now. So we want to output the message somewhere here to have the PHP. Then say echo. You have to echo it. Message. Okay. We want to say message equals p tag. So the p tag invalid something like parameters. Make style. Let's say color red. Text align center. Okay. So if that is correct, then else that is if this is not true, that means we're gonna run this. Now I want to check if the username already exists. You can do that. Check user again. So this is that will be select or from users where the email equals email. Now say the results, make it rs or anything, query SQL, test that against check user. Okay, so we want to grab count for this. I want to say MySql underscore number of rows of our result is greater than 0. So that means if it's greater than 0, if counts, if it's greater than 0, that means the email has been taken. So the user already exists in a database. Say email already exists. So now if that is not true, so I'm just using another approach on this instead of the first approach, which is just to separate all the code, separate this, then separate this, then separate this. So I'm just gonna use if else. So now here I want to make connection to the database. So I'm gonna have a query. You can call this anything. You can make it add user now. So you can say insert into users So I want to make this easy, so you can just have like this all the parameters and value. But let's go to the database, let's go to SQL, let's go to insert. Now you can copy all this. So this is what you want to do: insert into users, then have your parameters, then value, then pass all the values. So I'm just going to replace all this with this code. I'm going to put Alt Z, Alt and Z. So now from the value, I want to make the ID to be null, that is empty. So since it's auto increment, so I don't actually need that. So last name will be last name, then the first name will be first name, then email, then title, then skills. Oh, we don't have that yet. We don't have the title yet. We don't have the skill yet. So we're gonna remove the title and the skill. The title and the skill. Then we're gonna remove about. Okay. So remove the title from here. Then remove skill. Okay. So after the email, we have telephone. We don't have that yet. We're gonna update them. Then we're gonna have password. Something is wrong. We're gonna have C password. So ID is null. Last name, first name, email, telephone. We don't want to get out. Okay, all right. So this, now we're gonna say results of this query should be saved inside the results variable, MySql underscore query SQL, then add user. Okay, so if results now, sorry about that. If results, we want to open up session for the user. Session starts. Say session user, just like the way we use it on the login. So we want to quickly redirect the user to the profile page. Equals to the email, then header, location, don't put white space here again. So location, I want to say profile.php. Okay, so else, if this is not submitted to the database, if this is not inserted into the database, we want to just say message equals, of course, something went wrong. Okay, so but we don't just want to put this password there. We want to check if the password is actually correct. So we're gonna say if password is equals to C password. If this is correct, if this is not correct, let's say that I want to have another else. So I'm just trying to make this if. So you will have to approach in doing your thing. Okay, so copy that, paste it. Okay, so if this is not equals to this, that means the password, please check your password. Or let's say password no match. Okay, but if the password actually match, you want to hash the password. So this is kind of like security. Instead of having the bare password here, the naked password, let me say that. So we want to hash the password so that in the sense that if an authorized user get an access to the database, or let's take for instance an hacker, so it won't have access to say the password. It will just be saying all this kind of code like this. So we have to hash the password. So to do that, we have to say hash equals to, so you can name this anything, equals to password underscore hash. Now this requires one parameter which is required, then optional, which is this. So I'm just going to pass only the required, which is my password, the password I want to hash, and something else. I have to actually select the type of password hash that you want to use. So I'm just going to go with, can you see that we have a lot of things to choose from? So I'm just going to go with password default. Okay, so I'm just going to save the hash version instead of the password. We don't actually need this C password again, so I'm just going to make it hash again. So I'm just going to put hash. So let's go last name Warren, let's go first name Buffett, let's say warren.b@gmail.com, let's go password warren652. Warren652. If I save that, okay, if I save that, something went wrong. What happened? So let's check the form. Okay, so we have to set the method. This action is actually optional. I just love doing that. So let's set the method, it's very important. So let's refresh back again. So let's set Warren, let's set buffer, let's set Warren, let's go Warren652, let's go Warren652, but let's do this. So I've added something here. So this and this is normally the same. What happened again? What is my error message? Where's sign up? Okay, this is it. So let's pass a load there. Still a load. Something is going on. So let's say echo hello again. Let's try and debug that. if we set sign up, if we set post sign up, oh my god, this should be sign up. Okay guys, this is fun. So let's take this out. So I'm gonna say this. Let's go Warren.b. Okay, so we have password not matched. So let's pass some style there. Let's pass some style. So fresh again. So we have this. All right, so let's be real. Let's use 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we are here now. So no details, we only have the Gmail, no about, no skill, no title. So if I check my database, so we surely have another user. Now you can set the password. It is not normal password. Now you can set the password. So we have new user. So you can go ahead and update that, but let me quickly show you this. If I log out, then I want to log in with Warren B 1 2 3 4. What happens? Invalid login details. So the demo, so demo 652 invalid login details. Okay, they should log in. They should log in. Because what I'm trying to test here is, you say now we are using the hash version of the password, and this is the normal password. So this hash password, we have to test the hash password against the imputed password. So if that is correct, we're going to log in the user. So now we're going to say this is it right here. So we have the hash password here. This is the password that was saved into the database. So we have it. Let's call it hash. Now we have to test the password. So we're not going to use okay, we're not going to use this again. Let's just say something like password underscore verify. So this is going to take two parameters, the password and the hash version. So this password and the hash password. So if this is true, we have the user. If else, invalid parameters. So let's log out this man. Let's go back to login. Let's say demo. So this was actually good before. If I say demo 652 invalid login details. Now if I say Warren B 1 2 3 4, we have the user. So that is it. So I want to just copy 1 2 3 4, paste it right here, because you don't want to put the bare password inside database. This is just for security. So I'm gonna log out. Now I'm gonna log in demo. I'm gonna say 1 2 3 4, which is the Warren Buffett password that I copied. Let's go. Alright guys, so we have the new user Warren Buffett, then we have the first user demo. So I can log in back as Buffett 1 2 3 4. So thank you guys, thank you very much. See you next lesson. Thank you.